So, but it's a beautiful part.
That's for every boy name we have in the choir, we tend to break it up with a Robert. So we have Robert and Joanne.
The thing is, my first name is Robert.
Oh no, I did not know that, but this is helpful. So now you've made space for us. Robert, I'm not sure.
My childhood pastor's name was Bob. On his birth certificate was Bob F. His first name was Bob. His last name was F.
Males were singing a form which were in Roberts. And they one time singing quartet. And a quartet of Roberts.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to this service of worship at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tucson. My name is Watercolor Golightly, and I will be your worship associate today. This morning, joined by our Minister Reverend Jamili and our two special guests. Of course, Reverend Sam and Reverend Tanya. Ever have a moment where you just can't remember what you're supposed to say? I'm glad we're here together today, guys. Today is Sunday, May 17th, 2026. As always, our community is striving to become as varied as the blooms of the Sonoran Desert. Whoever you are, whoever you've been, we welcome you here today. Whoever you are becoming, we welcome you. We invite you in this time to bring your whole self here. So, just to get everyone comfortable, I want to let you know there's a gender-specific bathroom or bathrooms in the lobby over there behind the glass doors. There is an accessible and all-gender bathroom behind the AV booth in that little alcove back there. On Sunday mornings only, the sanctuary, the social hall, the parking lot, and our children's classrooms are open to all without a special invitation. In contrast, we have designated a number of areas that are labeled private, even on Sunday mornings. Private offices are labeled, and entry spaces to those is by invitation only. You might notice the big yellow signs. To all of you, please consider yourself invited. This invitation, however, does not extend to law enforcement officers, including ICE. They may not enter these private spaces. They are not invited unless they have a properly signed judicial warrant. If you do not feel safe and you need to take advantage of one of our safe places, please do not hesitate. Go ahead and do so. As we worship today, let us remain mindful of the desert people that came first to this place. Their land was stolen through successive acts of displacement and genocide. We honor the O'odham, the Yaqui, and the Apache. We also honor those that came before and the many other indigenous peoples who have no name that is remembered. As Unitarian Universalists, one of our core values, and the one that we're celebrating today, is interdependence. We, as Unitarian Universalists, honor the interdependent web of all existence. With reverence for the great web of life and with humility, we acknowledge our place in it. We covenant to protect the earth and all beings from exploitation. We create and nurture sustainable relationships of care and respect and mutuality and justice. We will work to repair harm and damaged relationships with this earth. As we move more deeply into our sacred space of worship, please know that we value each and every one of you for what you bring here with you today. As a diverse and multicultural community, we value all of you and all of who you are. Whether you walked in, rolled in, skipped in, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, whatever your culture and ethnic background you claim, whatever your immigration status, we honor you, whomever you love, however you identify your gender, and whatever way you choose to express it, you are all truly, truly welcome here. We especially welcome any new visitors this morning. If you are new and feeling up to it, we invite you to raise your hand right now. Welcome. And if you want to just take a moment to say hi to someone you haven't yet today, let's do that right now.
Do you need a... There's an order of service out in the foyer, printed. Did you meet somebody new? Yeah. Bert's sitting by the same two people he sits by every week. You did not meet somebody new. Oh, you didn't know Melody before? Okay. Okay, forgiven. If you haven't, I hope you'll introduce yourself to somebody new after service today. And as many of you know, I'm Reverend Jamila Omar. I serve as the minister here. And if I haven't met you yet, I hope to meet you after service today. As you can tell, I'm not in my usual attire. I have on my tie-dye that we made yesterday. In fact, many of us are wearing tie-dye. If you have on your tie-dye, if you feel comfortable, let's show it off. It's our fashion show. Very delightful. We are quite literally becoming as varied as the blooms of the Sonoran Desert. There are t-shirts over in Goddard. If you don't have one, you are welcome to get yourself one. Donations are gratefully accepted to help us fund more of the work that we've been doing with Reverend Sam, which is why we gathered this weekend to finish out this work that we've done. And I hate to use that phrase finished out because this is a semicolon. This is not a full stop on this work of healing and accountability, of telling the truth about our history, of learning to trust and retrust one another. We're going to pause for the summer, take a little estivation, rest a little bit, and then come back some way in the fall. So it's our semicolon celebrated with tie-dye this weekend. And the tie-dye was significant because we were thinking about how could we represent the transformation that this congregation has gone through, right? Like tie-dye, we take a white t-shirt, we each bring our own color and flavor to it, and it becomes something different on each and every one of us. That is our tie-dye. And one of the hard things for many of us through transformations is accepting that transformation does not mean an end of something, because we have this secret power that we name at least once a month called interdependence, right? We honor the interdependent web of all existence. We create and nurture sustainable interdependence, relationships of care and respect, mutuality and justice. We will work to repair harm and damaged relationships. That is what we've been doing these last 4 years with Reverend Sam, right? Repairing harm and damaged relationships. And this work that the HAT and the HCT and Reverend Sam and all of you who have attended any of our workshops or online series you've been engaged in transforms these relationships. And we can do this transformation even when it's hard because we are a covenantal faith. We adapt our covenant every time we make a new agreement to treat each other well, to come back and repair, to repair harm. We adapt our covenant. Interdependence, right? Lisa Ward gives us some reflections on covenant. She says, a covenant is not a definition of a relationship. Is it a framework for our relating? It is a framework for how we come together. And we are covenanting to be a community that comes together in love, that comes together in trust, that comes together to create a beautiful world. So with our covenant in mind, with acceptance and celebration of life in our hearts, and with courage in our hands, come, let us worship together. So our chalice lighting will be lit by watercolor up here. If you have one at home, please light a candle or a chalice as we read these words. Not in the thing. As I read these words and you listen. The chalice is lit among us as a beacon of hope in a world of crisis, a beacon of possibility made manifest in community, a beacon of warmth through our interconnections, a beacon of light illuminating our shared wisdom, a beacon of connection by our being together even when we are far apart. May it be so.
Will you respond by standing or rising as you are able and singing My Life Flows On, an Endless Song? It's 108 in the gray hymnal, and the words will be on the screen for those that choose to read it that way. My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the
Yesterday. Thank you. Hecklers in the front can always be counted on. Yesterday, we gathered here, some 45 of us from across the Baja for folks from Borderlands, Reverend Tina from Sierra Vista, member from Mountain Vista, and our community here. And we were commemorating 4 years of work together, 4 long, circuitous years. And as we were reflecting on the pieces that feel unfinished or like unexpected endings, I offered a quote from a teacher that I am appreciating more than ever. What about now? Okay, interdependence. I shared a quote from a teacher that I am needing now more than ever who describes themselves as post-humanist philosopher. Yes. Ooh. I'm intrigued by post-humanist philosophers because I think our own Unitarian Universalist experience is so rooted in humanism, it makes me wonder what comes next. What comes next in the midst of institutions crumbling around us? What is a vision that doesn't end in infinite progress when what we see around us simply does not? Yes, Celeste's face. Everyone, take in Celeste's face. That's it right there. Especially when it doesn't feel like infinite progress is really the true story. So what do we do? I offer this quote. It is wordy. I don't understand it. We're going to put it up. There are perhaps 2 ways to positively respond to a question. The first is to offer a resolution. The other is to offer a rite of passage. In the former, an answer is given that reinforces the question in the same economy of ideas and relationships that were its first conditions. But in the latter, the question is composted, reframed, ceremonially removed from its initiating conditions by means of bewilderment, until the question meets itself and no longer feels the urgency of resolution. This is from Bayo Akomolafe. What is possible when things don't make sense? Now, in 2018, I was going through a divorce. There is perhaps no other place in which you are composted, reframed, ceremonially removed from your initiating conditions by means of bewilderment until you meet yourself again. And in 2018, I was also driving up and down the state of California, working with organizations in the prison system committed entirely to restorative justice practice. But in a divorce, suddenly you have to make adult choices. And so I looked online to find a church to be the minister of. And there were 3 that I interviewed with. And when I interviewed with each of them, 2 of them, when asked, "Tell me what's hurting with you," did not have an answer. But one of them did. And in the search team that I met with for their interim minister, they passed around the mic for the Zoom call, and each listened to what was hurting within each. That was Mountain Vista. And that was the one I chose. Now, similarly for you, 2018, where were you? 2018, you were in search. You had actually been in search. You had just finished a conflicted ending with a minister, and your search team, bless them, had a certain wisdom. And yesterday, the wisdom was spoken by Wendy, who honored Steve Kranak for the work and vision that he communicated, which was this, that you all needed time for healing. You needed time for conflict tending. and you needed to look at your history. And that fabulous search team of people who vehemently disagreed with each other, the microcosm of the macrocosm, made a bold choice, and it called Reverend Bethany Russell Lowe. And so this is what I learned from that. What I learned from that is that the web of interdependence loves our humility. The web of interdependence thrives on what we don't know, what we're unsure of, what we fear, and what breaks our heart. When we're willing to name what we don't know, it's like the web of interdependence shimmers a little bit, not too matrixy, but it shimmers a little bit and it calls forth what's needed next. So then there we were together, right? We were the Baja Four through a pandemic, another moment of being composted, reframed, and meeting yourself in the midst of bewilderment. And our relationships bore us together until the end of my time at Mountain Vista, when I told Mountain Vista, thank you, but I'm going out into the brave worlds of Northern California, and I'm not going to get a real job. I am going to spend my entire pandemic savings trying to learn how to do restorative practices in congregations. And here's what happened. You were also on a journey. You had formed the DBRT, the Destructive Behavior Response Team. And that team had a feeling, a vision of what was needed next. And then your board and Jody Bergedick, let's call all their names. Usually she's right there next to Bert. And she's probably online, Jody. And Jody doggedly wore down every single board member until everyone was willing enough to spend money on an unknown rite of passage with no clear resolution. And we began 4 years ago through a tumultuous up and down process of conflict classes and workshops and worships, victim offender dialogues, the like that the denomination has never seen before, making many mistakes and plenty of lessons along the way. So 4 years of composting and reframing bring us here, a moment where it changes. And we gather here in a ceremonial end of a season of learning, realizing how little we know. It's graduation season. The whole town is crawling with tiny young people and their families that came from out of town, and they are here to celebrate a learning journey, which isn't really over. We just do cycles over and over again like seasons, marking each one as they come to dignify the work we did and honor the work ahead. And it's true, when you graduate from college, one thing that should happen is you should know how much you don't know. It is a sign of great awareness to be humble. And here we are, 4 years in, we're not even done. Still making mistakes, still incomplete, still sometimes frustrated with each other. It is good to know what we don't know, and yet it would be irresponsible to suggest that we don't know enough to begin. There is enough to begin here. And so I offer you, class of 2026, you have no hood, you have tie-dye. This is a rite of passage. Who does writ dying? Thank you, choir. You know, I told Jamelia I wanted to do a dad joke, and I left it in the Google Doc, and she didn't tell me if it was a good idea or a bad idea, so I decided to do it. It's always a good idea to do a dad joke. So we are here in our rite of passage, and you have changed. You have changed. The kindness, the humility, the connectedness, the willingness to say what we don't know, and the willingness to claim what we do is remarkable. It is a celebration. But I want to say to you that you changed me. The prison system made me a restorative practitioner. Mountain Vista made me a congregational minister. You made me a restorative minister. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the trust, the willingness to be human, and the choice to experiment with each other, on an absolutely ridiculous rite of passage, Jody Burgadick. What happens now is I step back, not quite like a settled minister who must leave you for too long, but more like the scene we know at a graduation ceremony in which the teacher is no longer the teacher. The teacher is the comrade in learning together. And I step back having been changed by you, and I hope you step back having been changed by me and by each other. And what we do now is we share out beyond. There are already visions in our larger denomination for a misconduct class, maybe here in Arizona, for religious professionals wanting to learn what it takes to heal from congregants. There are already visions for restorative justice cohorts and entire state clusters shaped by the content that we created with each other so that congregants treat each other with the kind of kindness, healing, and accountability that we've practiced here. And there's already an in-depth case study in the works with me, Jamili, and Reverend Bethany, bless her, out there in Buffalo, New York, to offer to our denomination what we learned from you. We are already shaping the world beyond us. So here, class of 2026, may we go out not offering a perfect solution, not saying we figured out as we fumble with one another, but may we go out offering a rite of passage. And may it be so. And thank you.
We have a shared bowl down here. It's our way of remembering that the earth is strong, and it can hold our joy and our love and our sorrow and our anger. Our shared bowl, which we use for joys and sorrow every week, it's strong enough to hold the big rocks that we already placed and we're placing a few more in. These symbolize the collective celebration of our mournings and our celebrations. And also the smaller stones that you will shortly be adding. They signify your individual joys and sorrows so they can all be together in that bowl. On a personal note, there was a loss in my life this week. Someone I'd been caring for in hospice passed, and it was a profound experience, and I'm still processing it. But it's reinforced a really special belief I want to share with you, that if everyone just did what they could do, just what you could do, that this world would be a better place. We who live in the desert know that water is life. Let's remember those people that are probably walking through the desert right now without access to water. The water we're pouring into our shared bowl represents the supplies left by those who hold compassion for anyone crossing the desert to find a better life for themselves and their children. If you have a joy or sorrow, I invite you to go to menti.com and put in the code 62866151. It's on the screen right now. Please include your name if you want to know who is sharing. If any one of you here in the sanctuary would like some help with this, Brian Moon is ready and willing, right there, to help you put in your joy and sorrows, which will be read after our shared ritual. Those that wish to participate, we can make 2 lines through these 2 aisles, and one person can come up on each side as we add our stones to the bowl. Those who wish to participate, please come forward now.
Watercolor, we hear you. Thank you. On our mentee today, we have hope of solace, Kathleen and Vince Waldron, for you and your family. Hope of continued comfort and peace for your mother in these final hours of her long journey. Kathleen and Vince, wow, so much to carry, and we're with you. Infinite gratitude for Reverend Sam and how profoundly she's impacted and changed me personally and us collectively. Blessings and love on her continued journey. My disability hearing is set for August 9th. Continued prayer and good thoughts that this will go in my favor. Michelle, you are in our prayers. Gratitude for the courage and commitment of UUCT and building a process for recovery and healing. Mazel tov. If I had a toast. Gratitude for the joy of ministers and congregants who laugh, collaborate, love, and respect each other. Amen. We have been doing that, friends. Thankful for the school year is almost over. It's been a long one. 4 more days. Teachers, you can do this. You got this. Still struggling with depression and loneliness, working hard to find a reason to live like this. Friend, whoever you are, please reach out. You're not alone. We're here with you. We love you, and we want you to stay. Today, we hold close these challenges that come with transformation, whether death or a birth of an idea or of a person, with these words by Peter Fredericks. He writes, "I wish I were like the trees who let their leaves go gracefully without regret, or the tumbling stream that flushes silt to sea, exchanging murkiness for blessed clarity, or the dandelion who bows its head to the subtle breeze, unleashing its future without fear or loss. Instead, I drive white-knuckled defensive as if we were taught tense and guarded for what may come, like a death grip on my life. If you ask me for my dying wish, I would not be for 10 more wishes. It would be to let go of wishing anymore. Wishing I'd made different choices, that I hadn't hurt you as I did, and to forego these old and dusty grudges that I keep like pictures in a shoebox beside my bed. I long to embrace life with a lover's touch, or as you would an injured wren, precious, tender, and true. Instead, regret and fear, twin anchors, hold me fast, close in against the shore. Cast off, I hear them call from the open exotic lands my heart yearns for, but the waters in between my here and theirs hold unknown horizons, unlike this dark and familiar port. This day, a prayer to ease my grip on what once was or what is meant to be, that I may find myself content to drift and float upon life's boundless sea. Amen, and may it be so.
Will you please stay in your seats and sing this next song, There Is a Love, Beth Norton's simple song. The words will be on the screen. You'll catch it quickly. And if you know the song, will you please join me in singing it to anyone that feels lonely? There is a love. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. There is a love last line again, please. We rest in this
Like all transformations, we say goodbye and we welcome the new. And today is the first time we get to welcome Reverend Tanya Marquez, our new representative for the Pacific Western region, right? Should all go well, we will get to welcome her back in the fall. So I'm going to let her introduce herself some more.
Buenos días. It's good to be here. Gracias.
Adjustable table.
This is very clever, though. I love this. Yes. I am the Reverend Tania Marquez, and for a little over a year, I've been your primary contact with the Pacific Western region of the UUA. And from the moment I became your primary contact, I was amazed with the wonderful work you had been doing with Reverend Sam and the deep dive into your history and the events that had shaped your community. I live in Southern California, in San Diego. I am from Mexico, Jalisco to be specific, but I grew up in the border region. So I call myself a fronteriza. I am from the borderlands. That's the region that speaks to my heart. That's where I move best, where these two cultures just come to overlap and create something different, which is why I love being here. And in fact, I said, I want all of the churches at the border, so that's how I ended up here. As your primary contact, my job is to accompany you and offer resources and support that your congregation may need to do the good ministry you are called to do in your specific context and community. And sometimes those resources look like connecting you with other congregations that have wisdom to share on a specific issue. Sometimes it looks like helping you find answers to questions on governance and finance, employment practices, and sometimes supporting congregations with training and workshops. So I am here for you. And as I was reflecting about this work that you have been doing, the words of Reverend Joseph Cherry, Prayer for Living Intention, came to mind, and I quote, "If we have any hope of transforming the world and changing ourselves, we must be bold enough to step into our discomfort, brave enough to be clumsy there, and loving enough to forgive ourselves and others." And isn't that exactly what you have been doing this past 4 years? As the work you have been doing with under the guidance of Reverend Sam Wilson comes to an end or to a pause, I feel privileged to have been invited to listen deeply to the stories and reflections about what this process has meant to so many of you. You have done a brave thing. It takes courage and commitment to be able to look inward, to recognize and tend to our wounds, to find the places that are in need of healing, and to do that holy work of tending to the deepest needs in your community. You stepped into your own discomfort, and you were brave enough to be clumsy as you moved through this process. I am excited about the ways in which you will share the wisdom you have gained with others, and about how those lessons you have learned and can share will also shape other congregations in our Unitarian Universalist faith. I also wonder what new learnings and new discoveries await you. You may wonder, well, how do we know if this thing we did was successful? And you will find the answer in the moments in which you will try something and realize that a pattern has been broken, that you are acting from a different place, and that even attempting to go back to how you used to be is no longer available to you. The lobster once it leaves the shell, cannot go back to it, but must move on with the new one that has been created. And we can never fully know the extent of the impact of our good work, but if we are lucky, we will be gifted glimpses at times of how far it is reaching. Good work does not go to waste. It impacts people and systems. It sends ripple effects. It is far-reaching, often beyond our knowing. I imagine like Reverend Sam being like the parent that is letting go of the bike so that you can see that you can do this on your own. She's the teacher that knows that you have learned well and entrusts you now with the responsibility of sharing your knowledge. You got this. And you don't need to know it all. Don't even try. It's not even possible. But do know that there are those that you can reach out if things get a bit difficult or if you have questions. Our association and the Pacific Western region in particular is invested in your success. And we will continue to be here whenever you find new roadblocks in your journey or whenever you want us to celebrate another milestone with you. In your ongoing journey, my blessing to you is the closing of Reverend Joseph Cherry's prayer. May you, as people of our Unitarian Universalist faith, be granted the strength to continue to be so bold, so brave, and so loving. May it be so.
Would you rise as you were able and join me in singing a song, a little refrain in response? Loosen, loosen, Ali Halpert's song. Sink into it as you can. We'll sing the top section twice and the bottom section twice, and then we'll just mix it up a little. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. That section again. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Second section again. Holy breath and holy name, will you? Now choose one that speaks to you. Top or bottom, your call. Sing something. Let go, let go. Let go, let go. One more time, let go. Let go, let go, let go. Please be seated.
If you are proud of this church, I know I am, become its advocate. If you are concerned for the future, share its message. If its values resonate with you, give it a measure of your devotion. This church cannot survive without your faith, your confidence, your enthusiasm, and your resources. The offering will now be generously given and most gratefully received.
Good morning. My name's Wendy Gordon Weeks. I am the president of this amazing congregation. I want to first invite everyone here to social hour after the service in Goddard Hall, which is out the double doors behind you to your left. There will be coffee, iced tea, lemonade, snacks, lunch, and good company. Social hour food and refreshments are free for all. Donations are appreciated to cover our costs, and please eat lots of lunch. Visitors are encouraged to take one of the red cups that are just inside the door in Goddard Hall for your beverage, any beverage, as an opportunity for members to find you and extend you a warm welcome. If you're new and you want to stay in touch with us, fill out a guest information card. There's some in the Welcome Center. You can also do it on our website in the newcomer section. And several announcements this morning. The first, Matt, who works our AV, and I think he's singing with us today, is in Reveille and wants to remind us that there's a concert coming up, and we would love to have us all be there. Reveille, you might know, it's Tucson's Gay Men's Chorus. They're amazing. They've sung here a few times. So it is May 30th and 31st in Green Valley. They'll be performing, and you can get tickets on their website at reveillemenschorus.org, and I'll leave the card where you can find it by the bull. Second, if you want one of these fancy shirts, there are more available for donations anywhere between $0 and $10. I believe we're setting up tie-dye again, so you can tie-dye your own? Yes. Okay, so you can be a cool kid with us. And lastly, our young adult group is getting going. That's for people who are 18 to 35. They have an email address now, youngadults@uuctucson.org. And that is going to be every second and fourth Saturday from 1:30 to 3 in the Emerson Room here on campus. And last announcement, real quickly, is we do social events on Friday nights. The open mic night is on hold till September. We'll come back in September, so look for us then. Game night is usually 4th Fridays, but months that have 5 Fridays get confusing. So it's been advertised as the 29th, so we're going to just go with that, which is actually technically the 5th Friday. So if you want to come to game night, which I encourage you to do, please come on the 29th, Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. over in Cervitas. I think that's it. If you have any questions for your board, look for one of us with these fancy blue lanyards, and You're welcome at the board meeting today as well at 12:15 in Cerritos. Thank you.
We are grateful for community, for gifts we share, and how we show our love and care. With thinking minds and helping hands, we'll build a place where love and hope expand.
Our huge group of kids came in today, right on time. So I have a story for us. This means you all are going to have to fill in for our kids. Are you ready? Okay. Here's where we start. This is a once upon a time story inspired by some folks I know, Sarah Lawal and Jem Emerson Page, and here's how it goes. Once upon a time, there were two villages, the Sun Village and the Moon Village. These two villages were really close together, but they were separated by this huge and deep canyon. Ooh. For a long time, both villages existed separately across the canyon, happily humming along in their own lives, not really knowing the other was there, but kind of glimpsing each other every now and then, but separate. Now, both these villages, the Sun Village and the Moon Village, were beautiful, lovely places. If you were to imagine a village that was a wonderful place to live, what would it be like? Trees. Friendly. Water, flowing water, animals, maybe some pets, shelter for everybody, gardens, walkable, enough to eat for everybody, self-sustaining. So both these villages were there in their communities. What do you think the people did in those communities to make them have all of these things, water and food and shelter for everybody? What do you think the people did? Work together. Communicated. Service. They served each other, helped each other out. Sang songs together. Ben, did you have an idea? Help each other. Anything else these two communities, or these communities did for each other? They took action to make it happen. Told stories together, right? Say it again? They grieved together, right? They probably had some really good rituals that happened around birth and death and major life events like graduation. Maybe some tie-dye. Oh, wait, say that again? Conflict resolution, says our in-house therapist. One day, however, in the Sun Village, an earthquake struck the Sun Village. Now, has anybody lived through an earthquake? Seen earthquakes on TV? Heard about earthquakes? What happens in an earthquake? The land goes like all over the place. Julie's making big wiggly arms. Things fall down. All these beautiful buildings we spent all this time creating fall down. What happens? Statues fall. Sometimes things fall into the water and make the water contaminated, so we can't drink. What else happens? Chaos. Panic. People die, right? Fires. People die. Shortages of resources. Pretty soon, Moon Village found out that this happened to Sun Village, and they decided they needed to help. They said to each other, what can we do? How can we get over there? There's this big chasm in the land between the two of us. They knew they had a lot to offer. They had all of their resources, all of their homes, all of their materials, their water, their gardens, but this big hole in the ground preventing them from getting across. So the village comes together and they start to brainstorm. What can we do to help Sun Village? What do you think some of the ideas were that they had? Ben? Make a bridge. I heard another one. Same thing. Make a bridge. What else could they do? Hot air balloon. What else could they do? Airplanes. What else could they do? Say it again. Go around the chasm? Oh, go exploring? Find a different solution? George? Oh, ask them what they need. They could take, okay, here's creativity, right? Take the broken pieces, put them in the hole, and walk across, right? So many options. So the Moon Village folks get together and they start to brainstorm, and there are some people that say, well, we can't do anything before we have a plan, right? These are the spreadsheets. Like, first, we do this, and then we do this. And there were other people that got together in that group, and they said, no, we're just going to go. And they start gathering all the materials and throwing it in the hole. And then there's other people that do something different. What might they do? They might just build a bridge, right? And so there are people that got together, and they're like, well, what makes a bridge? I don't know, trusses? No, is that a thing? Like ropes and wood and what else would make a bridge? Rope? Tables? Tables? Oh, cables with a C. Cables? Yeah. So they start building the bridge, and they realize, well, this isn't going to work, so we're going to do it this other way. And then they realize, well, that's not going to work, so they're going to do this other way. And some people are engineers, and they're helping people figure out how to build this bridge so it doesn't collapse, right? Because that's bad for a bridge. And there's other people there that are cheering them on. And there's other people there that are like, well, don't really want to be a part of that construction project, but I've got some good veggies in my garden. I'm going to make a soup and take it out to the people that are building, right? What might some other people be doing in that moment of building the bridge? Caring for children of the workers. What else might people be doing? Feeding the workers. Oh, communicating with the other side. We've put up our telephone lines. Say it again, Leslie. Fundraising. Okay, Greg, put her on stewardship. What else are people doing? Building awareness, spreading awareness, raising money, making sure everyone's taken care of. Yeah. And so if you were in Sun Village, if you were in the village that is devastated, and you see this village come over and say, we want to help, we want to be here with you, what is your role with them? Welcome them? Gratitude? Say what you need, right? Find the right place that they fit in to help. Don't be suspicious. Ooh. We have a cynic. He's like, don't trust them. So pretty soon, Moon Village had come over to Sun Village and helped them meet all of the needs that they had articulated that they had, helped them rebuild their houses. Everybody's back to the point where they've got food and they've got shelter and they've got clean water. What do you think their last day together was like? Celebration. Big party.
Why would it have to be the last day?
Oh, why would it have to be the last day? What might happen after that? Oh, they might form like inter-community trade and like work together. A once-a-month gathering. See you again next year till we meet again. Share resources. Become one community. What this community decides to do is to take their learning of how to help each other out to this other side of the village. There's another chasm, and there's another village over there. And they teach those villages not just how to build bridges, they also learn from those villages how to make parasails and roller skates and hot air balloons so that they can communicate even wider and increase their community even farther. And they all just learned as they went along, kind of made it up as they went. Kind of like us, right? Kind of like us. And there are times when things like this get hard, right? And these villages go back to these stories of their origins, of building together, of being in community together, of learning and growing together. And it fortifies them for their future together. So just like us, right? We can do this. Remember, we can build bridges and cross them because we are, and you remember 2 weeks ago when we did the kids' chalice lighting that they do? We are the church of the thinking minds, the loving hearts, the helping hands, and the tie-dye t-shirts, right? And so as we send Reverend Sam off into her next adventures, we have a little gift for you. Reverend Sam. You can open it now or later. And we're sending you home, too, with a gift for Joy. Thank you. That's for Joy to take home. And Reverend Tanya, for being here with us today, we have a thank you card and a thinking of you card. There's some more over there that aren't done yet. So thank you both for being with us and helping us build our bridges.
So, So it was as I feared. A good 40 or 50 of you forgot to come here at 9:15 and work with the pickup choir that rehearsed a song, so we saved you a part. When we get to the chorus, when I say, "and we sing," you will respond with the chorus. Don't jump in on just any old chorus. Wait for me to say, "and we sing," and then you will say, "all will be well." You'll sing it. You'll catch it by then. These 20-plus-ish folk learned this song this morning and learned the music this morning, and so we'll share it with you now.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, I said, "Julian, you are holy, you are holding my hand." And I said, "Julian, you are holy, you are holding my hand." And she said, "All will be well, and all will be well, and all manner of things will be well." I said, "Julian, do you not know about sorrow? And Julian, do you not know about pain?" And I said, "Julian, do you not know about hunger? And Julian, do you not know about shame?" And she said, "All will be well, and all will be well, and all manner of things will be well." I said, "Julian, do you not know about loneliness? And Julian, do you not know about disease?" And she said, "Julian, do you not know about cruelty? And Julian, do you not know that it's brought me to my knees?" But she said, "All will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well." But she said, "No one does not know about sorrow, and no one does not know about pain." She said, "No one does not know you not know? Do you not know about friends? She said, baby girl, do you not know? Do you not know about the spirit that's baby girl? Do you not know? It's only love that never ends. And we sing, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. Again, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be
The words for our chalice extinguishing are from Israel Bufardi. And first in Spanish, I'll say a phrase and then repeat after me, and then we'll all read the English together. Mis amigos, cuando se vayan de aquí, sepan que nuestros corazones están siempre en un sitio sagrado, porque siempre estamos ligados unos a otros. Sepan que en el fondo nuestros corazones laten al mismo ritmo universal. Que todos encontremos el espacio sagrado para oírlo, hasta que estemos juntos otra vez. And then all together in English, my friends, when you go from here, know that our hearts are always in a holy place. For we are always connected to one another. Know that deep down, our hearts beat in one universal rhythm. May we each find the sacred space to hear it until we meet again.
Our postlude today is a song that we'd like to sing to Reverend Sam, and we tried to keep it out of the order of service so it would be a surprise. We'll see if that works, but it features Robert Schultz, so here you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bum-ba-dee-da, 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 ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da, 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 ba-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da, 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 bum-ba-dee-da. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring that sunny weather. 2, 3. Happy trails. Ba-dee-da, ba-dee-da, bum, 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 bum.
Go eat lots of lunch. There's lots.
I
Amen.